KZ is known as a good IEM brand, but can they also do TWSs? Here I have the KZ SA08 Pro version in my hands and I want to try this out. And yeah, welcome to my unboxing and a quick review. So let's get started. As you saw, these are the KZ SA08 Pros, and yeah, this is the packaging. This is actually the case it comes with, and there you can see one specialty. It has a clear case, so we can see the two WSs. We can see the headphones inside here, which is pretty cool and awesome. And this is the packaging they come with, so they are also having a nice clear case here to present them. And of course we get a USB Type-C cable, a very short one as you can see here, but yeah, it's doing the job. We get an instruction, of course, as well as some ear tips. Middle sizes is basically put on. We have large and small ear tips here, and we have some instructions on here how to take them out, and then what you have to search for on Bluetooth to get to them and to connect to them. And this is pretty easy, so no issues with this. And I want to talk and show you a little bit about the case. First of all, 24 hours battery life. I think you can charge them 3 times and have like 6 hours of runtime. So 24 hours battery life is when you have them fully charged, and then you can charge them up 3 times additionally, so then you can reach the 6-hour mark. Otherwise, very good, solid case, I would say. A bit on the larger side, as you can see here. I can just do a comparison maybe with some other earbuds that I have, also some larger ones, but also some smaller ones as well. So let's do a bit of a comparison here with the cases. So I have a bunch of them here, as you can see. These are some cases, as you can see. So here, yeah, the FreeBuds larger than the KZs, but definitely not as thick. Then the Sonys, definitely smaller in every dimension, but also not so good battery life. The other Sonys also very small and pocketable. Then here on the larger sides already the FreeBuds Pro 2, but also definitely not as thick. And then I think more comparable to the Moondrop Neko cakes that I have here, that are also a little bit thicker, as you can see here, almost as thick as the KZs. And yeah, but more like of a traditional true wireless headphone case. So this in terms of cases, so it's on the larger side, definitely. Then we have, like, as you can see, we can see if they're charging, if they're connected, because they have LED lights, and you can see it also through the glass here as well. And yeah, you can see them charging now. And if I open them up, the light blew up, and then you can take one out. We immediately see, okay, and feel this is plastic. It has like the golden look here and the KZ logo, but yeah, it is plastic. And we can see a little bit of the drivers here. We have 4 BA drivers on each of them, so 8 in total, which is, I think, a specialty here for true wireless headsets. Usually they come with dynamic drivers. Some of them have like dual dynamic drivers, some even like some kind of planar and a dynamic driver, but this one here comes with 4 BAs, so 2 for highs, 2 for bass, I think, and 1 for mids. And here we can see the connectors for connecting, and I think they have also some vent holes as well, somewhere here. Microphone holes as well, because of course as true wireless headsets they have to have microphone holes. So very classic design. And interestingly enough, this design is different than the 8 BA drivers that are checked out from KZ last time, which was a cable one for sure. So it's smaller and it does fit a little bit better. And then we have like a nice filter here. I have the largest tips on, and also golden accent, as you can see here. And yeah, this is the headphone itself, and I think we should talk about how they fit and then the sound quality. Let's talk about the fit and finish of them. So they are fitting very nicely. The shape of them is very nicely done. As you can see here, it is like perfectly fitting into my ears without any issues. And I like the shape, like not hitting anything. I can wear them for longer times without issues, left and right, fitting nicely with the biggest ear tips that we have. They're not falling off if I have them fitting right. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend them for sports, because like you hear a little bit of like when the steps, you hear them a little bit, but otherwise they're pretty fine when it comes to this. So I don't have anything to complain about the fit and finish. They're just fitting fine into my ears, and also the controls that you have here are working pretty nicely. So I have to touch here 1 time to play pause, 2 times to go to the next track on the right ear, on the left ear 2 times go to the previous track, hold longer, I think, for rejecting a call, tap once for answering a call, triple tap to go into specific gaming mode, which is pretty nice because 40 milliseconds delay only, very useful. I have a television here that has always like a delay with all the true wireless headsets I have and all the Bluetooth headsets that I have, and going into gaming mode here on those, switching during I'm listening to something, and immediately have lip sync. I don't have any issues with those. Of course, for gaming, they are working very fine. You have like this 3D sound that you can use for locating the players directly, and very cool as well. And the gaming mode 40 milliseconds helps, of course, with FPS shooters and so on. When it comes to the comfort, if you have them on, you can see they're sticking out a little bit. BA drivers, of course, a bit bigger there. More BA drivers, a bit bigger than, of course, for sleeping. I wouldn't recommend them. You push them too deep into your ears, I would say. And also, if you don't want to push them too deep into your ears, get the larger tips, and because I also don't like them to be too deep in my ear. But this is working fine when it comes to fit and finish. So another thing that we have to talk about is how to connect them to a smartphone. I have my Xperia 1 Mark IV here that I want to connect them to. Usually when you take them out of the case, they're automatically connecting or going into the pairing mode when you initially open them up. But if you want to pair them manually, you go to pairing mode, there's a little button here on the case. If you press and hold it a little bit longer, the LED will indicate that they're going into pairing mode, and then you can pair them up. Also, what is nice, they have no multi-device function there, so you can not connect to multiple devices, but as soon as you disconnect from one device, you are able to pair them up. They go automatically into pairing mode. You can are able to pair them up with another device, and even if the other device was previously paired to them, you can just simply connect to them. So one issue that I have is like you have not the ability, like for example, I have them paired here with my Xperia 1 Mark IV, and I think have them paired with my Nova 10 Pro. If I want to switch to the Nova 10 Pro, it's not enough to just select them here in the Nova 10 Pro. If they're still connected to the 1 Mark IV, they're not automatically disconnecting from here and connecting to them. So you have to manually do this, and this is sometimes a hassle, especially if you are testing many phones and don't know which to which ones they are connecting now. So this is one thing where KZ should maybe improve this a little bit, the handling of how many devices can be connected to. Yeah, it's not a typical true wireless headset in general terms speaking there, because it doesn't come with all the features that you're known for. Good TWS, just like for example ANC. No ANC at all. We have passive noise isolation only on those headphones. So if I take them out, I hear myself a little bit more clearer. If I have them in, they are definitely, if you have the large, or in my case the large tips, but if you have the right tips for your ears, then they can have good passive noise isolation, but not as good as ANC for sure. The other thing is the battery life. Battery life is, I think, with 6 hours is a good thing, but just keep in mind that there are some pairs out there that have ANC and reach 6 hours battery life. Those don't have ANC and can only last 6 hours. Though with the case, as the case is pretty large, you can like charge them up without any issues. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend them like for a flight or something like this, but especially as the case is a little bit larger, and putting it in a pocket, maybe a jacket pocket, might be worth it. Microphone quality is also average, I would say. It's not really good, especially noise isolation from the outside. If you're walking in the city or something like this, can be quite disturbing. And people might say, can you repeat it? I didn't quite understand it, especially when you're walking past a busy street or something like this. So noise isolation is not the best here. but they have some noise isolation for sure. So wind reduction is there. For example, walking outside, if it's a bit quiet, is no issue. Now, a microphone sound quality test with the KZ SA08 indoors in a quiet environment where I think the voice is pretty good and you can use it definitely for calling, no issues with this. And what do you think about the sound quality of them indoors? So here the KZ SA08 Pros outdoors with a little bit of a breeze going on. If you have a little bit too much wind, then you definitely hear some wind noises. But if you turn the right way, you can definitely use them for calling outdoors as well. You can see here maybe a little bit of sound going on. Now the breeze is starting again. And yeah, so like I said, the sound quality for calling outdoors might be not the best with them, but they're okay if you don't have too much wind or too much crowd going on outside. What do you think about the sound quality here? But they're not primarily for yeah, calling someone for sure. But the sound is, I think, the primary goal of them, to elevate the sound quality of true wireless headsets. And this is something that they really shine with, because this is basically the KZ sound from an BA, now a true wireless form. And this is, I think, very, very good. And they managed to do very well when it comes to this, especially in the bass department, where they offer a lot and lots of bass. And it's the typical V shape going down in the mids and going up then on the highs again. Very warm sounding for sure. So you don't have like the neutral or cold kind of sound. Very warm, V-shaped. We have in general the recessed mids. This is what typical V-shape is, and they have a very engaging kind of sound that I really, really like, with the punchy bass that you can use especially for movies or TV series with lots and lots of actions, explosions left and right. Talking about the soundstage, very good soundstage as well. You can feel where everything is, and there it comes in handy also with the gaming mode for playing games, first-person shooters and so on. Very, very good as well when it comes to yeah, detecting the direction where your enemy is coming from. Very, very nicely done. What they lack a little bit on is female voices. I think they're a bit too warm. A little bit of clarity is missing there. Especially, yeah, the clarity in general is a bit weak with them, especially when I'm comparing it with the Honor Earbuds 3 Pro, for example, that have very good clarity, I would say. And some others like the Moondrop, Neko Cakes, that have a bit better clarity than those here, better highs in general, because they're falling off in terms of highs a little bit rather quick. Otherwise, the connection is very stable. Bluetooth 5.2, Qualcomm chip inside, no issues at all. But those are not like, these are the ones that you want to listen to music, watching movies. Those are not the ones that you want to take for commuting, for on an airplane or something like this, because ANC is missing, microphone quality is not the best. Do you need the microphone airplane? But when commuting, eventually you want to take a call. If you're taking often calls, then those are not the ones for you. Then you have to grab some others that have better microphones and noise isolation. But those are the ones that in emergency situations you can take a call. You want to listen, to have a good walk in the park or something like this, when it's warmer again, and listen to good music. Those are for good music listening. And or you sit down, watch some YouTube, watch a nice movie, don't want to disturb anyone in your house. This is the right headphone for you. If you like bass, if you like punchy bass, warm kind of sound signature in general, and the KZ sound in general, then the KZ SA08 Pro are the ones for you. So I can recommend them definitely, but no, the price is a bit of a problem. If you get them under 100 euros, definitely. Over 100 euros, I would say there's something missing still. You're granted, if you like the sound, if you want to pay for good music, these are better than the Sony LinkBuds S for sure, for music quality, I would say, listening, when you talk about warm and punchy bass and so on. They're better than the XM4s, I would say, in terms of sound quality in general. Also the details and so on, very, very good. But they lack in clarity and highs. So if you are like a bass lover and you like to pay 100 euros for good bass and something to watch movies with, those are the ones for you. If you like to enjoy music that is a bit warmer, those are the ones for you. That's it for my review and unboxing and review. I didn't really unbox them, but review of the KZ SA08 Pros. What do you think about them? Do you have maybe the predecessor of them? There's a Pro version, there's a normal version out there as well. What do you think about those? I really like them. I have to say, if they can manage to make it a little bit smaller and put ANC on, better mics, then I would say, boah, that's definitely the ones to get. That's everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time. Bye.